Hey guys, today we'll be sharing another project which is very ideal for own stay and you can use it for an investment property. So without further ado, let's move on to our slides. So today we will be sharing about this Tropicana Gardens, the latest phase called Edelweiss. But before that, if you have gone through with us, we always will share what we will be sharing today, which covers how to analyze properties, area outlook, competitor analysis. No matter how good you are, you have to compare with your competitor and see what are the pros and cons, what are the strengths and weaknesses of each project. And then fourth thing is about catalyst. Catalyst is about pooling effect, crowd pooling effect. For example, Mutiara Damansara have like IKEA and the other Curve shopping mall to pull people around. And then the second thing is about jobs creation or workers hotspot. Or you can use another aspect to look at it. The connectivity that brings you to this jobs area or workers hotspot is also very important catalyst. So number 5 will be project analysis, which will highlight the most important thing about the projects, rental analysis, and we will also give you our take on the project. So that means we will also tell you what are the pros and what are the cons about the projects. And lastly, we will share you the whole list of inventory in 2020. Now, what are the projects that we are considering for investment? What are the projects that we are considering for investment and own stay purpose? So let's go to the first slide. So we are talking about this block, Edelweiss, directly linked to Surian MRT. So you have direct access to the mall and direct access to the MRT. Opposite will be Sunway Giza, which means you can just within walking distance, you can just walk over to have a lot of choices of food. So what is the benefits of investing with PropertyBuddy versus any other agency or agents? So first of all, we share with you what is our criteria before we even show you the project. So if we show you the project that doesn't fit into our criteria that we always advocate or emphasize, you can always tell us back, hey, this project doesn't seem to fit into the criteria that you has been emphasizing. So what's the logic or the rationale behind recommending this project? You can actually counter back to us also. And second thing is because we do a lot of analysis based on data. So when we do reviews, we do analysis, we make any recommendation, it's always justified by data. And the third thing, because we also wanted something which is very easy to enter, which is very low capital. So if you have cash, we have capital, of course you go for like sub-sales or auction. You can easily find good deals in the market today, in the sub-sale market and auction market, but of course this is capital intensive. So if you don't want to spend too much or you don't have much capital, of course going through us, guaranteed you go into a project with very low capital, even though you can only borrow up to 70%, guaranteed and proven. We have already proven and tested it out. And for people who buy like third residential property, fourth residential property, fifth residential property, we can still do very low capital purchase. Then the last thing, because we also cover property management, renovation, rent, so that means we have a long-term support end to end from sales, during the sales, post-sales. We cover in terms of upon getting the key, we do defects, we do renovation, we rent out the unit, and also we do property management. So what we are looking at today is Edelweiss. Edelweiss, this is the area outlook. The front side is facing, the front side here is facing Giza area. This is Sunway Giza area. And the back, facing the back is the magnificent golf course view, which is very pleasant, very relaxing view. Then, so one stop away to the Curve, 2 stop away to Bandar Utama, and itself it has a Surian, directly linked Surian station here with Tropicana Gardens Mall. So if you want to shop, you don't even need to travel to the Curve or even Bandar Utama unless you want to. Then it's 5 stops away to Damansara Heights, where what's important about Damansara Heights now is like still offices, but in the future, like 2021, 2022, Pavilion Damansara Heights is completing. So in terms of the MRT line one, what do we have? First of all, the project is located at Suryan Station. This is the back view, this is the front view. So it's directly linked. You can see the directly linked elevated walkway. You don't need to go out to have sunshine because it's shaded. You don't even need to expose to rain and sun. It's directly linked to MRT Suryan. And if you want to cross over to Sambil Giza for food, definitely no problem. You can just go opposite, or just maybe just drive 1-2 minutes. You can reach opposite to Sambil Giza for food, for drinking, right? Then after this one, we go to two station down, where the mega projects by EPF, by the government initiative, Pasar Land. Pasar Land is about 2,300 acres. 2,300 acres. Compared to KL Central, it's just 70 acres. Compared to Bandar Malaysia, it's about 486 acres. So imagine how huge it is, this Pasar Land. So this Pasar Land means what? That means working population. That means a lot of crowd pooling factor in this area, and especially it has allocated 2 MRT stations there. If the government doesn't want to develop such a big project here, first thing, they won't buy. Second thing, they will not allocate so many 2 MRT stations in this area. So as you can see, this will be one of the significant worker hotspot in the future, like 5 years, 10 years down the road. Then 1 station to Mutiara Damansara, 2 station to Bandar Utama. So when you want to fly, you want to take bus to KLI 2, can just take 2 station to Bandar Utama and then take your sky bus. Of course, you can also go there for shopping, for cinema, for surfing, the A rider, flow rider. But Tropicana itself is already a very big shopping mall. It is as big as Bandar Utama New Wing, and it also has cinema. So subsequently, the next highlight will be Pavilion Damansara Heights. Has everything, MRT, got mall, got offices, got residential. Then the next one is KL Central, existing worker hotspot, 70 acres, easily like 100,000 working population over in KL Central. Then the next stop is another pavilion, Bukit Bintang. And then the upcoming and the future worker hotspot, which will be estimate will be about 40,000 knowledge worker working in this area. So it's touted as the next, probably the next KLCC, or they brand it in such a way, they call it a financial business district, where most of the financial institution companies will set up their HQ there. So Prudential already moved over to Nasdaq Exchange. HSBC Tower is building. Affin Bank Tower is building. All right. But why MRT lines? Basically, the most basic things and logical things to think of, because of working population, because it connects to many important stops, important location where the working population is most congested at. Then we also comparing, is it the same in terms of MRT line 1 and MRT line 2? So MRT line 1, we have KL Central, Bukit Bintang, Pasar Land, which is the new worker hotspot. TRX is also new worker hotspot. So existing got 2, got new one, got 2. This will be easily like 10 years, 15 years. This will be 5 to 10 years. The MRT2, existing also got KLCC, KLCC2. 2 stations in KLCC. One is KLCC East, one is KLCC. So KLCC is the Ampang Park one. Then it also have 2 mega development. One is Tun Razak Exchange, another one is Bandar Malaysia. So Tun Razak Exchange, as we explained just now, will take easily 5 to 10 years to develop or to materialize the whole Tun Razak Exchange. But Bandar Malaysia is about 480 square feet. So it will easily take more than 5 or even easily 10 to 15 years to fully materialize. But currently, Bandar Malaysia haven't started constructing yet. So likelihood Tun Razak will be a better bet lah. But of course, you will still, as a bonus when Bandar Malaysia start to develop, because chances they will also bring in MRT Line 3 and HSR, right? So we compare between the mega developments. What are the difference between the mega developments and what are the similarities? So first thing, KL Central. The existing working population area, 72 acres, GDV was 8.3 B, about 20 years to fully develop it. Kwasa land, 50 B. You should estimate about 15 years to fully develop it. Then the estimated working population and living population is 100,000 and 250,000 people respectively. It's directly connected to MRT 1 via 2 station in Kwasaland. And the third one will be TRX. The fourth one will be Bandar Malaysia 2. So you can see TRX and KL Central is very close in terms of totals, the land size. But GDV, because this one is about 10 years, 20 years ago, so it's about 8.3 B. This is about almost 5 times of KL Central, 40 B. And as we said, it takes easily like 5 to 10 or 15 years to fully develop the whole thing. And it is connected via MRT Line 1 and MRT Line 2. So TRX is expected to have 40,000 knowledge workers, specifically in terms of financial services, because most of the financial institutions are relocating their HQ over to Tun Razak Exchange. And lastly is, of course, Bandar Malaysia. Bandar Malaysia will have MRT Line 2 stations, Bandar Malaysia North and Bandar Malaysia South. And then likelihood if Bandar Malaysia materialize, KL HSR will materialize, and subsequently MRT 3 will materialize, because it makes more sense to actually link up to unlock the value of all the rails, link up MRT Line 2, Line 3, and LRTs, right? So Kwasaland will be touted as the PJ or the Damansara New Central Business District, and Tun Razak Exchange will be the KL New Central Business District. So when we look at the project overview, this is the block that we are talking about. For front facing is Giza, back facing is a very relaxing golf course view. So right in front, you can see the MRT track and MRT Surian station here. So this is the back view, MRT station here. So what we are looking at, because we also consider own stay element, that's why in this project, we will put more consideration in terms of own stay element or consideration. So for example, in this view, when I look at the city view on this side and compare to this side, definitely for own stay, I wanted to choose something more relaxing, a view that is more greens, right? So in terms of the unit recommendation, also we are more prone to lean over to this side, the golf course view. Of course, you can still buy the one, but the price is like not much of difference. That's why we recommend to look on this side. So what it has in Tropicana Gardens is a luxurious mall. What do we mean by luxurious mall? You can see in the picture, it doesn't look like any like Bandar Utama. It doesn't look like Starling. It looks like something like pavilion standard. So that's why we categorize it as a luxurious mall. Of course, it's not fully officially operating and running yet. Of course, due to COVID also, they delay a lot of things. A lot of tenants also not coming in yet. All right. Then we look at Kwasaland. Kwasaland has these 2 stations, one here, one here, the yellow dots. So Kwasaland is about 2,300 over acres. Remember when we go through the MRT line, Kwasaland is just about 2 to 3 stations away. So 2 to 3 stations away, you have access to 125,000 population, 125,000 population, conservative projection. They haven't even fully developed the land yet. It's just 3 stops away from the project. So what does it mean? Job creation and more job, more population there. That means the rental demand or the people who demand to stay in that area will be higher, right? So another diagram about this one. So Tropicana Gardens is in here. So you take one station to, I think this is about Sunway Giza or Kota Damansara station, and then another station to Kwasa. Kwasa, it has 2 stations connected. All right. And then the last second slide that we are sharing today would be our takes in terms of for Tropicana Gardens Edelweiss. So among the pros would be buying new property cheaper than the old property as we compared against Uptown Residence, TTDI Essentia, Sunway Velocity, and so on, right? So price advantage 50 to 100,000 versus similar completed properties versus Uptown Residence versus TTDI Essentia. And then price advantage versus new developments. Pavilion Damansara is about 600 per square feet, more premium than Tropicana Gardens. So if it's like 500 square feet times 600 is already 300,000. Then if you are taking around 1,000 square feet units, right, multiply by 600 per square feet is about 600,000. And of course, it's the highlights is all in one: residential, office, MRT, cinema, grocer, and F&B all in one area. Multiple catalysts, which includes jobs creation, local hotspot like Kwasa, MRT Line 1, where you can go to Bandar Utama, where you can go to Filio, and Pavilion Damansara, which is the future working hotspots. And the next one will be the direct access to MRT without passing the mall. This is only applicable for the Block E, Edelweiss. Then lastly will be the unblocked golf course view if you were to consider for own stay, or in the future you have an exit plan to sell for own stays. Because of the unblocked golf course view, it becomes an emotional element that people will consider. And lastly, what is the cons about the project? The malls is not operating at full capacity due to the pandemic issue, so minor impact in terms of to Tropicana Gardens to fully materialize its value. So once again, if you want to get more analysis, project briefing, or to learn and talk about properties, do join us at our Top Prop Club at this link bit.ly/topprop for our weekly sharing on project analysis and briefing. So once again, we want to recap what we have shared in this video would be how to analyze property using the 7 main criteria. Area analysis, that means what are the highlights of that area at the macro level. Then the third one, if we always compare between our competitors, whether it's a direct competition or a complementary products. And the number 4 one will be we have to buy something with catalyst, something with pooling effect and jobs creation. And the 5th one will be project analysis. That means we go into micro view of the project, of the view, of the layout, of the size. And then we also do rental analysis of different layouts, and our take the pros and cons, which is this one. And lastly, our inventory. So inventory, we will be share more in terms of details, in terms of project group rental, in terms of price advantage in our private group. So if you want to be, if you are serious into investing, you want to know more about projects, about analysis, do join our Top Prop group first, and then we will understand what is your objective and your goals. And if you are suitable, then we will add you into our project briefing group. Okay, so once again, we wraps up the project briefing for Edelweiss Tropicana Gardens. So if you want to have the full video of the Edelweiss, do join us on the private group. But to join us a private group, firstly, we will have a charges. Secondly, we have to do a profiling for you so that we can understand you more, and then we can make a better recommendation to you, whether it is for own stay or whether it's for investment purpose. So to understand more in you, for example, your income, your DSR, your plans in terms of 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years, your financial objective and your goals. For example, you want to build a portfolio for retirement, or you want to take advantage of the current HOC and also the waiver in terms of stamp duty, or you want to take your position in predicting that there might be a property bull run. So from there, we can understand you more and make a better recommendation for your decision. All right, thank you so much for watching the video, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and Instagram. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.